Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As per usual, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week is Gameface. Would you like to say hello to the people, Gameface?
I'm in the beanbag. I'm kind of turning into the floor here.
Are you turning into a beer?
Not yet. Well, I might turn into a cider.
Yeah, also with us this week is Slacker Chan. Say hello to the people, Slacker Chan.
Insert, My Little Pony friendship is magic quote at your desire.
Insert roar over My Little Pony friendship is magic quote.
No,
that would be
desire.
censorship.
Yeah, I
censorship.
didn't use, those were my own words, remember? I did not use a sound clip.
Yeah.
And I did not even
out.
quote the show.
Yeah, but I'm just making a joke off of your joke there, so...
I'll make a joke off of your
Slacker
joke
Chan.
off of your stomach.
Slacker
Face.
Chan, I thought you were going to say off of his junk. Slacker
You know
Chan
what?
called us out
Face.
the other day on our editing job on the last podcast where he kept using his soundboards, so we touched it up a little bit. I still think you should have used fart sounds.
Well, I used animal roars and fictional creature roars. It was a bear,
A bear. Was it a
a
station bear?
lion, Rodan, and Godzilla. Those were the four that I used because he had 4 quotes in it.
You could have also used Fluttershy screaming.
Wait, you could have...
That would have been replacing gayness with gayness.
No, even Alex would agree. Flutter bitch is awesome.
Oh, that! Oh! Okay, I remember what you're talking about.
He's not a monster. He's a minotaur.
Yeah.
You might not have remembered that part. It was at the very end of the clip, but
Okay,
I
so
do
this
think I
week
did.
we are drinking Woodchuck Hard Cider
Hard.
or Scrumpy
Scrumpy
Apple Hard Cider.
oh, anyway, no, I have actually a story behind this.
Scrumpy hard apple
First
cider.
time I had this,
Hard scrumpy apple cider.
I will punch you in your ball face.
He said ball face.
Anyway, then I'll pee on your hat, and then it'll be yellow.
Jay,
I'm
he's a
wearing
Balchinian.
hat.
Anyway, so yes, I wanted your cap.
I just handed him the bottle cap.
But anyway, first time I had this. I don't know if this is the first time you're having it.
No, I've had
it's
it before.
not.
Okay.
We had it at a bar once.
Okay. Well, what happened was we were, a bunch of us, my roommates.
I think the Fieldhouse used to have it on tap.
We were at the Redland
No, we
Beer
were at a
Distributor,
place
right
that
by
had it on tap.
Fieldhouse. But anyway, we're there. They had a bunch of stuff they were selling real cheap because it was there too long and it needed to make room and blah, 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 blah. And we look over and we see Woodchuck. And the box looks woodsy. It looks very Pennsylvania.
Pastoral.
Yeah. So, it looks very Dutch. I don't know. Anyway,
Pastoral.
not really. Actually, it's like a cross between Dutch and Irish. Kind of here. Anyway, point being,
Irish.
yes, Irish. Anyway,
Dutch Irish.
so
It actually just looks like a woodchuck to me. It's a
Or-
freaking animal.
well, no, the box that it's in.
But how
you
much
buy
wood
it
would he
in
chuck?
case. It's different looking. Anyway, so we buy it. We didn't notice it wasn't beer. So we get home, and me and Gameface's brother D-Pad, or Ian, we decided on it. Even though our other 2 roommates were with us. Well, I should say brother. So we get back. There's 4 of us living together. We also had friends over. So we get back. We go to open up the case, and all of a sudden my brother and our roommate are just like, "What the fuck, you guys?" And we're like, "What?" "We went in there to get beer. This is what we get for having Coon and Timmy decide." And we're like, "What? And they're like, "This isn't beer. You bought hard cider." And me and Ian just look at each other and we go, look at the box and we go, "So we did. Shit." Anyway,
That's like
It'll
Ian
still get
not
you drunk.
That's
yeah,
like
but we
Ian
bought
not
it.
realizing that he had an air conditioning button in his Nissan. Remember
yeah,
that for like a
yes.
whole year? Why is your car taking so long to cool down? I don't know. It just sucks like that.
You
don't have your air He just turned it all the way down to blue and thought that was the air conditioning.
Wasn't that me? You were in the back at the time, or was it you who pointed?
I don't think I was there.
Oh,
I think I pointed out his overdrive.
Oh, well,
yeah, it's Blimps. You win. Bye.
I thought you guys were pissed about the whole soundboard thing, but anyway.
Well, they were pony related.
Yeah, because they were pony related.
We'll get to Ian failing in a second here, but me and Ian failing. But anyway, so the reason we got it because it was only like $12 marked down from 30 for a whole case. We thought it was beer.
That's a bargain.
But anyway,
that's a beergen.
So everyone resigned to their fate of having to drink hard cider instead of beer, which normally, in retrospective, isn't that bad. But we were all like, "Let's get beer!" So,
let's
then
get
we're like,
drunks.
Crap! We're back and we have hard cider.
Did nobody notice?
Like 5 miles away.
Did nobody notice what you were buying as you were on your way out the door?
No, they asked
apparently
us,
not.
And we're as we're out the door, we're like, we got woodchuck. It was on sale.
So
woodchuck, never heard of that.
So really, it's everybody's fault.
Well, yeah, but they kind of didn't look. They just couldn't trust me in the end. But anyway, so we all start to try it, and we go like this. We all look at it, and we're like, they're all looking at us, and we're looking at it, and me and Ian look at each other, and we immediately know, wow, we really fucked up, because immediately we didn't really like it, and they all made faces like, this isn't even that good. And so we all sat down, resigned to playing some games and watching movies and talking, and they're all bashful. Why'd you get this? God damn it! And then everyone continues to drink it regardless, because it's there, and what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
And so we're just like, God damn it!
It's like
why'd you buy this? And
it's like when your brother smoked oregano.
And by the time we got down to the first one, we all started drinking the second one. We were like, at first we were like, this really isn't that good. Then by the second one, we were like, this is really good!
Yeah.
And I think it was just all our expectations of, one, we wanted beer. Two, most of us there had never had hard cider before. So, and anyway, Turnbull, who was bitching at the most at first, I think he was, or Sean. No, Sean was, sorry. Turnbull was mad, but he wasn't as vocal as Sean about it. But Turnbull ended up drinking the most. He's just like, I love this stuff! And he ended up, he actually started to get a bit drunk, and I love Turnbull, and he knows it, but when he drinks, he can get freaking annoying.
He can get freaking annoying when he doesn't drink.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry,
not like when he drinks.
Because your authority
he's
is not
obnoxious to the
recognized
10th
in
power.
Fort Kickass.
Thank you for interrupting.
He's got a bunch of sound.
You're welcome.
Hey, at least when I use my sound,
they're appropriate.
no one's talking. Yeah,
and they're
semi-appropriate.
They're not appropriate at all. You just hit random things.
No, we
Well,
don't.
you said something that led up to him, at least. Oh, here we go.
No, I'm just considering it at the moment. But anywho.
Fart sounds, dude.
Fart sounds. Anyway.
So it grew on you.
But yeah, that's the end of that story. But
it's those scrumpy apples, dude. You never know until you go.
You know about the air conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the only thing. Ian went like a year without knowing how to turn the air conditioner actually on. He just had it blowing air from the outside on him. So, and the one time it's just we were just in the car. It's like, jeez, wasn't so, dude. Why is your AC not on? It is on. It just sucks. I'm like,
click.
And immediately it started getting colder, a lot colder, and Ian's like, what'd you do? I'm like, I clicked the AC button! Boom tard! I don't think it said anything yet.
How do you drive it for a year and, look at your dashboard and never notice that?
Wait, it gets better.
It was kind of in an odd place, but still.
You remember the headlights, right? They sucked really bad, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And his high beams were like regular headlights, right? Well, he always drove at night, and he never had the high beams on. It was always scary with Ian driving at night with that car. One night I was driving, and I was like, how do you turn the high beams on? I'm like, I'm used to, on the Honda, you click it forward, it turns on. Most cars I know, that I've personally driven are like that. Well, I go to click it, I go kink, and it just goes back off. I'm like, what? Ian, how do you turn your headlights on? He's like, can't. It's broken. And I'm like, you're joking, right? Then all of a sudden, I push it back, clink, stays on. I'm like, that took me 5 seconds to figure out, and you've had this car for 2 years.
He didn't have that car that long.
Well, no, it was way after the AC incident. So,
Okay.
And that was a year into the ownership of the car. He had that car at least a year and a half, but it was close to when we moved out of there. And I'm like, Ian, are you telling me you've driven this car the whole time of not knowing how to turn the headlights on? Yes. I was like, ah! I'm like, I'm gonna kill this war now! This is gonna drive me to the ditch!
That is just sad. Not surprising. But sad.
Good one.
No! It force closed.
Your phone is like, go! Your phone just turned into like King Leonidas and went, this is gay! Oh, we gotta. I've been advised that we have to keep it down a little bit, and I kind of forgot there.
Okay, yeah, we were apparently a little too loud last. I didn't think we were all that loud. Did you? I mean,
oops. Sorry. Homeboy McJewerson!
What?
Homeboy McJewerson.
I think we're getting off topic here.
Appropriate!
Appropriate! Brilliant!
We're always off topic. That's what this show is.
We have
Podcast.
topics? Oh, wait, we do have topics, don't we?
Topic.
What?
Little help?
You know you're wearing your microphone. You have to hold that kind of close.
Yeah, I was.
This is the battle of the soundboards.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought you said start slacking off.
Not slacking off!
Slutty little ninja. Oh my god, you like sneeze glitter.
All ashore from the SS Date Rape!
Wait.
There's
Stop! Gator? Talking! But I do really wish there was a gator!
Suck it! Because I'm still the king!
Oh my.
Tactical turtleneck, Lana.
Archer,
Tactile neck.
can you please focus?
Not really. We will talk about it in the van!
To muddy the issue.
Because we should quit doing this and move on.
This is awesome. I still need to see some Archer though.
got into the pudding cup.
Get my rope.
God, this is so classic, Mother.
No offense, Sugar Cube, but it looks like some ponies getting themselves all worked up over nothing.
I want to file an HR complaint against Conway.
On what grounds?
He touched my penis with his penis.
Ooh, how you gonna beat that?
He just came up to me and was like, "Whip."
Where?
All of it. Head and shaft. And I... Oh, you mean where in the building?
No.
Because that shouldn't matter.
Careful there, partner.
I don't know. I was looking for
That trumps everything.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Anyway, yeah.
I think we're getting off topic here.
So what are the topics?
I don't know if we can censor that much.
Well, you're threatening to shove
Um,
a knife up
Well, it
his
was
dick
kind of
hole.
us going back and
Yeah,
forth.
I don't know. Funny thing happened tonight though.
Commercial just now?
Funny. Stop.
I was answering him. Anyway.
Okay, a funny thing happened tonight. I was playing I was playing Minecraft, and I was working on like this little storage facility thingy, and I look up, I hear the pee, and I look up, and there's just an Enderman just like chilling there, like, you know, holding a bong or something. I don't know. And I'm like, and my natural instinct was to get my sword out, and so I stood there and I just stared it down. It was looking right at me, and I was looking right at it, and I said, maybe if I don't move, it'll leave me alone. And like a split second later, Mary walks in my door. And I just
What the shit?
was trying so hard not to laugh. I was like, no, I wasn't talking about you, Mary. What are you doing?
What
I'm
the shit,
talking.
Lana?
You guys want to get to the topics?
I want to get to my second beer.
It's not beer.
Oh, right, Tim.
You guys want to get to the topics?
Kinda.
You okay?
Okay. Obviously...
There's too much concentrated stupid outside of the topics. No, I'm just playing. Let's go. Indeed.
Indeed. Oh, wait, I thought we were done, but...
I don't know. Are we?
You're out of your element.
You're not using power tools, are you?
That's more out of the element, but...
That was really out of the element.
Oh my god! What shade is that? Crack hole red?
Wait.
Archer!
What? Oh. Oh man, what have I been doing?
Okay.
I don't have a response for that.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna need to, go through these and find, set up quick responses so that next time I'll just have some...
You mean you didn't have that already?
Dude, do you have any idea how many files are actually on that soundboard?
Yeah, but you
Okay,
went
I'm done,
through
Josh. Just put it
You
away.
plowed through
Okay.
them so much.
We're 17 minutes into the
Well, I didn't think I'd end up having a sound bit board conversation between Archer and My Little Pony on a podcast. I saw that coming.
One of those two is awesome.
Two things.
The other is My Little Pony.
Anyway, did you already get another one?
Yeah, it's cradled in my balls, but I need the...
Okay.
I don't have a bottle opener. Can I use your
Wait.
phone?
Can that be the next?
There's a bottle opener right there, Dippus.
Can I use Tim's phone anyways?
No.
Oh.
Can that be the next Tomb Raider game? Cradle of My Balls.
That sounds more like Tomb Raider.
Anyway, so
I still like
what's
to
the
need it.
first topic before we realize we're at 15 minutes and haven't talked about anything?
We're at 18
game-related?
minutes and haven't talked about anything.
I think that was the Tomb Raider reference was the first gaming thing mentioned. No,
Okay.
wait, Minecraft was. But anyway, what is
Okay.
it?
Obviously, a big release this week was Mass Effect 3. Overshadowed by... and there was another big release, though, that was overshadowed by it, and that is Street Fighter vs. Tekken. I don't know why they decided to release it at the exact same week as Mass Effect 3. It seems dumb to me. But
Well, you know
the
why?
PlayStation...
You know why? People buy it at first, they'll be like... Because, you know why? Capcom doesn't have a beta phase. They sell their beta game, and then a year later, actually
They don't have a
release
beta
the final
fish either.
product. No, seriously, that's what they do. With Street Fighter 4. It came out, it was a good game, but it had issues.
And then they did
came
Super
out-
Street Fighter 4, and then they did
Which-
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Well, Super Street Fighter 4, I don't know about the arcade condition, but there were only a few little things wrong with it. Otherwise, it was one of the most balanced, perfectly thought out fighting games made to date.
Anyway,
So,
It's very good, huh?
so my point being is, you know why Capcom did that? Because it's just the beta version. They'll come out with Super Street Fighter versus Ultimate Tekken, in
yeah,
a
something
year or
like
so.
that.
And it'll be
Super
much
HD
better.
Hyper Remix 12.
Exactly.
And then, anyway, the PlayStation Vita version of Street Fighter Cross Tekken comes with 12 exclusive characters. Big
Damn!
deal, obviously.
Well,
That's
yeah.
a lot of exclusive characters.
I wonder how, what kind of backroom deal went on between, Capcom and Sony. They're passing each other's mothers around or something.
But the thing is,
Get
it
that passed.
only kind of comes with 12 exclusive characters, and I'll tell you why. Someone
Oh, will
was...
you now, Mr. O'Reilly?
Yes. Someone looked at the code on the disc and discovered that the code for all 12 of those characters is on the disc for both the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 version.
Wow.
You just can't play as them. They're not available, and you can't fight them, you can't play as them or anything
So-
like that. So that sounds to me
Scumbag
they're going...
Capcom is going to release a DLC
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh, you bought the PlayStation Vita just for these 12 characters? Well, too bad. Fuck you. You just wasted $300.
Sucks so
Pays
bad
for
it's
50.
sitting on a beanbag.
I don't know, but
Why do you suck so bad?
Every time I try and sit down on this thing, my butt sinks right down to the floor. All the beans get pushed out of the way, and I have no lumbar
Alex,
support.
you probably got more exercise by fiddling with that thing than pacing back and forth.
Dude, this is a workout.
Obviously, this is not the first time that Capcom has done this. I mean, when they did downloadable content for Resident Evil 5, it was the multiplayer mode. It was the multiplayer mode was downloadable content. It was already on the disc. You just had to pay to unlock it, which is bullshit.
That's not what downloadable content is about, Capcom.
Downloadable content is about content that you actually download. If it's on the disc, it's not downloadable.
You know what? I understand Sony's not the greatest of all companies, but they have given us nice things. Now,
Capcom just fucks
Capcom
us.
takes these nice things, and they don't. It's not that they fuck us, but they take these beautiful, basically women, and then whore them out, and for expensive prices too, and people will pay it because they are beautiful. They will pay those high prices, but the thing about it is
that's how it works. Continue. Elaborate. They're
making you pay for something extra that's already developed. Just about every DLC out there is something that they release the games, fans love it, they want more, or they have plans on adding more to the game, but because of time restraint, they released the game and then came out with the DLC.
I don't have a problem with DLC in and of itself. Some DLC packs are really, really cool.
Well,
like the extra missions for Mass Effect 2. Some of them are fucking awesome.
Well, I like the DLC idea, and in a lot of games, the ones that are smart, they give away free DLC, and then they have DLC that you have to purchase.
Yeah, Little Big Planet 1 and 2 both did that.
Because if you have some DLC that you download, and it shows like basically you download it, and you're like, the game's funner when I did this. I gotta pay for that? It's gotta be better than what I just downloaded. If I have to pay for it, people are gonna download it. And it's just little things that you'll see, like, well, hell, I don't even think Arkham Asylum, you had to pay for any of their DLC.
There is paid DLC. I don't know about Arkham Asylum, but I know there's paid DLC for Arkham City.
That's a little bit different.
But it's like you get new challenge maps and new characters to play as in the game and stuff like that. And the DLC, they did it right with that game. Another game that did it very right is Infamous 2 has downloadable content.
I haven't gotten to play it yet. I want to.
And the downloadable content in Infamous 2 is actually pretty cool. There's like a whole new 5 or 6 hour set of missions that you do where you're hunting vampires. That's awesome! I want to hunt vampires with electric powers.
I finally got the beanbag to work. Oh, what a beautiful thing.
Okay,
here's the ultimate question.
Well, I was thinking along the lines that reminds me of Red Dead Redemption.
With the zombies? That was a cool downloadable content.
At first it was downloadable content. It was so popular, they released it as a separate freaking game.
Yeah, which isn't that bad because there was like 12 hours of content in that downloadable pack. That's a lot. Also, that's a game's worth of content.
You had did you play Borderlands?
No, I have not. I really want to. It looks awesome.
4 DLCs. You combine them all together, you had a whole other game. And eventually they released it all for, I think...
Yeah, they released it all as a pack, Which isn't a bad deal.
No, it isn't, because it literally was a whole other game. It had a whole other storyline. And all 4 did over art about the consequences after the game. And you even had new characters and even some actual real cutscenes in it, whereas you did in the first game. Or the main game, I should say.
Yeah. So. I really want to play that one. It looks like a lot of fun. Here's the ultimate question. How do you fight this? Because as gamers...
With my fist!
You want to support good games.
Right.
And everybody knows Capcom knows how to make a damn good fighter. So I'm sure that Street Fighter Cross Tekken is a damn good game. I have no doubts about that. But this is bullshit, and I don't want to support it. So how then do gamers fight it?
You know how? And I'm saying this now, which they won't hear, obviously. But for only reason our only listener is Higmo, is if Anonymous or whoever actually did hack Sony why don't you hack someone who's more deserving of it? Say, I don't know, Capcom, and find out a way that maybe something that we can download to unlock that playable content. Of course, then Sony will try to do something, try to put out some update that will fix it. But people...
But Capcom would probably demand that Sony do something like that.
Right, but Sony might do something to the update with a fix, but as soon as you turn on your thing and it says there's an update, well, before you update, you could say, no, disconnect it from the internet, or not sign on to PSN. Because you could then remove the program and then update. And then someone else will come out with another version for the update, how to get past it again. Well, I'm saying someone out there who actually wants to hack shit and make a difference in the gaming community, instead of crashing the PlayStation Network because you've got a fetish for girls wearing Xbox suits.
Well, the whole reason that they crashed the PlayStation Network was because the PlayStation Network took away people's ability to install alternate operating systems onto the hard drive.
It's not like... Okay.
That's it. That's the only reason.
That's pretty lame.
That is lame. However, let's put it this way. Can you do that with the Xbox?
No, you cannot.
No, you cannot. Can you do that with the Wii?
No, you cannot.
No, you cannot. And you know why they took it away?
Because people were using it to pirate games.
Well, no, not just that. Besides, they were trying to pirate games, which I can't understand their concern about that. But not only did it was cracked so that people could start pirating games, it was also cracked so people could start cheating.
Yeah.
You can hacks and you can hacks and glitch much easier on an Xbox than on the PlayStation. There have been very few accounts of people actually being caught using some kind of hacking program.
And like
Network.
hundreds of people get banned from Xbox Live pretty much every week for that very reason.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, thousands will get banned.
It's so rampant. Cheating is so rampant on Xbox. Chris Brown, the one time he got on one of the old Call of Duties, I think it was the first Modern Warfare. He got on there just to check it out. Dude, everyone was running around with like negative levels and shit because of somebody who had run around hacking a bunch of accounts, apparently fucking them up. Everyone was running around with basically unkillable, with auto aim on. It was ridiculous. I know it was an older game, but it's like, this is on a console, not a PC where it's easily hackable. And that's why I still kind of want, even if I get a great computer, if I can buy a game for the PlayStation 3, I'd rather buy a PlayStation 3 again and the game on the PS3 than PC. That way I know my chances of running into someone who wants to screw around and cheat are very less likely. The worst cheating I ever saw, on the PS3 was on Metal Gear Solid, and that's mainly because the Konami American team sucked at keeping that game properly updated.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is normally a simple fix, they seem to not be able to resolve, which was lag switching. Which, lag switching for a long time on Metal Gear Solid Online, or Metal Gear Online, MGO.
They're gonna shut that down. Did you hear that?
When Rising comes out?
I don't know. I don't remember the exact date, but they're shutting down MGO.
Lame.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Well, especially because they better not until Rising at least comes out. Because I can understand if they need the server space for the next game. That I can understand. They don't have the kind of capabilities as other online games do.
Yeah, it's basically Konami or Kojima's team doing it themselves.
Well, MGS3 shut down. MGS3, the original Metal Gear Online. Technically, the Metal Gear Online right now is 2.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Online on the subsistence version.
Right.
I played the shit out of that. That was a lot of fun.
Right. Well, they shut it down. They shut it down literally like a week or two before 4 came out. And
yeah, something like that.
The next MGO went online, which was fine. I understand if they can't afford to keep those old servers open, especially because it was on the previous system. However, I I don't know. You should probably look into that. If they decide to shut it down before Rising comes out, like significant amount of time, that would be kind of a dickish.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because seriously, how many people are gonna, like, once they put out the release date, people are gonna be like, Metal Gear, just thinking about it, they're gonna go online just to play as Raiden online. Because right now, that's the only way you can play as Raiden. So,
VR training.
VR training.
I should have gone over this.
Okay,
VR training.
here's what getting back to the topic, and here's what I think.
Capcom sucks.
One of two things. Yeah, it does.
Here,
suck.
here.
And they do
Here.
suck. But one of two things. Don't buy the downloadable content, or just plain buy the PlayStation Vita version. Yes, getting a Vita is not cheap. It's $250. But if you already have a Vita, it's $20 cheaper to get the Vita version.
Right.
And you get 12 more characters.
And you can
That's a
play
good
it
deal.
anywhere.
That's a good deal. You know?
Well, also, isn't it cross-platform? You can also, like, online play, as you could play a friend who's online on their PS3.
Probably between the PlayStation 3 and the Vita. Definitely not between the Xbox and PlayStation 3.
The only real cross-platform we've seen so far was Portal 2, and that was PC and PS3.
Which was awesome.
Alright.
That was an awesome cross-platform. Okay, we should get to the next topic.
But like I said, real quick,
Never.
the reason we mainly don't see that, though, is like I said, is because of the cheating. That's why Sony typically has not really wanted to cooperate on that, just from what I understand. Is because Sony has managed to cheating to almost a 0 percentile. Of course, there's always
going to be cheaters, but there's less of them on the PlayStation Network.
And like when everyone asks me like what makes, like, because I argue for both the Xbox and PlayStation 3, they say, well, when it comes down to it, why do you buy the PS3? It's because of nostalgia, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, because there's less cheaters on it. That's what they managed to do better than Xbox, and that's what it comes down to. Anyway.
Okay. There's a rumor that the next Xbox will not have any kind of optical drive, no DVDs, no Blu-ray player, nothing like that.
Oh yeah, Sony's not going to let them use that.
Well, obviously they're not going to let them use a Blu-ray
Wait,
player.
the next what?
Xbox. This is a rumor. The next Xbox is not officially announced. The rumor is that instead it will use cards that are solid state.
Oh, cool.
And
Wait, for games?
Yes.
No, it's...
And be downloadable content as well. Which
No,
I'm not
it's
100% sure how I feel about that.
Not
be
unless,
expensive.
not unless they have no other option, because the only way I can see that feasible is if, because you know the rumors about Sony coming out with the next disc they're coming out with is like supposed to be 100 times better than Blu-ray. You've heard about that, right?
Yeah.
For
Is
10 or
Sony
100,
Sony you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's supposed to be
And-
like one that's like several hundred.
Because Hideo
Gigabyte
Kojima
size.
complained about the capacity.
Well, yeah, Hideo Kojima moves freaking nations when he speaks.
Well, that's true.
Even when it's broken English. Anyway, no, seriously, real quick, did you see the Video Game Awards? When his English is horrible. He didn't bring a translator for some reason. He was trying.
He's trying to get better about speaking English.
Did you
Right.
eat crab?
He was trying to explain what happened with Metal Gear. You would think even if he didn't fully understand it, he would at least learn the words he would need. But anyway, he's trying to explain it, and he's having bad. You can see he's struggling and starting to feel bad about it. And so everyone in the audience, literally just to cheer him on, they just all start, "Oh yeah!" But they start roaring applause. Just
Yeah, he's
cheer
one of the
him on.
most respected people in the industry.
Because they were
At
trying-
this point,
he was-
he's sitting up there with people like Shigeru Miyamoto.
Right. He was just
That's
feeling
high up the
He
chain.
was just feeling really self-conscious, and so you could tell, and so everyone was cheering him on because basically, we love you, Daniel.
Which is really cool.
But
I'm not sure how I feel about this. I know that there's the rumor that it will not play used games at all, which would piss
it
me
doesn't
off.
even make sense unless they were trying to kill GameStop, which I would be down for. No,
Isn't-
Like,
but
even
isn't
the-
there-
More than likely, GameStop would kill them. You know? Used games is such a huge deal. And then GameStop will be like, you don't want to have used
It's
games
not
on
like-
yours?
it's not-
Fine, we're not going to carry your Xbox.
It's not necessarily.
Oh, you mean use? Okay, so like I thought you were talking about backwards compatibility.
Well, it's not necessarily in its true sense.
This would also mean that we
twist
can't do
off.
backwards
There's the,
compatibility with the Xbox and the
It's-
360 both.
It's over here. Well, I was going to say it wouldn't really truly be GameStop killing them. It would be more like Xbox committing suicide because they would know the direct result.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say, what I was going to say about that though was, no, the only way, you know why they won't, unless, like I said, the rumors about Sony are true, and Xbox has no other way to compensate, is like, except for a solid state, is because Pack was explaining this. Do you know who that is?
Michael Pachter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about that because that was a serious question actually a while back. Because there was some talk about it back then. A lot of people were wondering, well, will we ever see it in like a solid state or USB type cartridges in a sense? Because like the idea was, well, some people are nostalgic of cartridges instead of discs.
Guilty.
Yeah, a lot of people
I
are
would think
nostalgic
it
of
would make
cartridges.
sense to have both, honestly.
Right.
Because there's
Well,
always
in
a use
itself,
for...
We haven't completely
Optical
left the
media is
cartridge
so
era
cheap to
entirely
Well,
because
that's
of the
it.
3DS.
That's it right there.
Mhm.
You know what? How much it costs?
And the Vita.
The
actually.
Vita is now cartridge-based again.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Here's why. Well, the Vita's really expensive and reasonably so because it comes. Isn't
I don't
3G,
know that it's
Isn't
that.
the 3G network it's on? You don't have to pay extra for the 3G.
I don't
doubt
know
that.
the detail with the 3. I wouldn't get the 3G one. I would just get the $250, which I don't think $250 is asking too much for the Vita.
Well, anyway, what I was trying to say was the average price of a USB pen drive to make for the amount you would need for a game, which would be like what? If it's Xbox, 10 gigabytes.
Well,
true.
Well,
it
it's
depends
the
upon the
max.
game and
Right.
depends upon how much compression you do.
Right, but they're going to make a standard for all games, just like there's.
Then they'll
this.
probably go back to
Um,
compression and it'll probably be 10, 15, 20 gig.
Well, anyway, he was just stating he's like, well, Wii is less, PS3 is more space. His like medium, let's just as an example, he said, a 10 gigabyte hard drive would at least cost $8 to create.
You mean a
Solid
disc?
state. Solid state
Oh, okay.
drive would cost at least $8 in price to make. And he's like, whereas your Blu-ray, not even your standard HD, or not even your HD DVD, but a Blu-ray disc, costs like 32 cents to make.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, the
It's a big
HD
price
DVD...
It's all just plastic and foil.
Right,
The only thing
and
that's
H-
expensive is the equipment to burn it on.
Right, and the HD DVDs are even cheaper. So he's like, it just doesn't make sense that they would. And so I honestly, Josh, I think that really, or Game Face, or
Whatever.
D-pad.
Josh is fine.
Anyway,
I forget my name.
Joystick.
joystick. God damn it. Anyway, so that's why I honestly think that, yeah, it's not going to happen unless Sony comes out with an amazing disc that's still cheap, and their only way to compete is by, well, we need to make our games just as graphically capable, and we can't do that on a disc, so we're going to have to go solid state hard drive.
Yeah.
And in the long run,
I think
it'll
some people would pay extra for the extra because you get better performance out of solid state. too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think in the long run, it might hurt them initially, but it would keep them as one of the big dogs. But that's conditional, like I said, that they were really put in a corner with it.
You brought up backwards compatibility, and that brings up an interesting point. If there's no optical medium, it cannot be backwards compatible with the Xbox or the 360. Every single game you'd have to download.
Except for unless they wanted to be.
Or would you put it past them?
Well, unless they wanted to be not such a big.
Microsoft, no.
Well, hold on. If they decided to be not such a big dill bag, they could. Yes, dill bag.
That sounds therapeutic.
They could, remember, like the Sega CD that you popped it on with the Genesis?
Yeah.
They could create something like that for backwards compatibility. It would probably cost a decent amount, but however, and the thing is, not most people would buy it. More people would be downloading it. If they still offered the old games to download.
Yeah, but the thing is, I already own those games. I don't want to download them and buy them again.
Right, exactly. So only the people who have the bigger collections, not the passive gamers who only rent or sell back their, games to get new ones. Only
Yeah.
Rent. I remember renting.
Yeah. You can
Well, you can still rent it like Redbox.
That's gay, though.
Gamefly, too.
Yeah, Gamefly does.
Which is reasonable because how much they cost, you don't want to pay $60 and be
That's
like,
true.
I hate this, immediately. And then when you try to return it, they're like, why? Because it's broken. Do you want another copy?
No.
Well, you can't get money back for it. Fine, just give me store credit. Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it decreases the value, so that's why they don't like doing it.
Okay. You remember talking about the UK-based retailer Game last week? And how they are refusing to carry
EA games?
EA games, which includes Mass Effect 3, which obviously huge moneymaker.
Mass Effect.
And then Mario Party 9. Yeah. They're having a fire sale.
And by fire, do you mean a flaming bottle of liquid being thrown through their windows?
No, it means everybody who got fired
there's
is now
potential.
being thrown.
There's potential that could happen, but by fire sale, I mean
The people who got
everything
fired are
must
selling
go.
their
We're
bodies.
getting rid of shit really, really cheap, and usually they kind of do that when they're doing a clearance and we're closing. But they never said they're closing. They said they're just doing spring cleaning. But this sounds to me like they are in a world of financial trouble. You know what could have helped them financially big time?
What?
Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. Why are they refusing to sell EA game?
Didn't we discuss this
Yeah,
last
we
week?
came up with a bogus story.
John Riccatello fucked the girlfriend of the CEO of Game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fuck you, man! I'm not gonna sell your games anymore. You fucked my girlfriend. Like you're at a CEO party or something.
So fire sale,
have
poor
no
decisions we
recollection
talked about last week.
sale.
What are you thinking? Do you think they're closing their doors permanently?
I think they're idiots. No, seriously, they're probably. You know what they're probably selling on that sale? They're probably selling all their EA games this sale.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, well, they're trying to, since they're not selling them anymore, they're like, well, fuck, let's get them out of our store. What do we need them for? We're not going to sell these fuckers anymore.
EA games and Mario
if there
Party
was a
9.
company, there's our solution. If there's a company that it should be boycotted, it should be Capcom.
Yeah. What? Well, EA's done a lot of bullshit in the past.
Well, you know what's
And
actually...
they were in wars with Activision for a while to see who can garner the most hatred from gamers.
No, you know what's going to happen is they're going to make a misstep. They're going to go
And
too far.
Activision.
Well, fuck Activision.
Yeah, exactly.
But Capcom is going to go too far on one of their little prostitution deals. And what's going to happen, it's going to be enough to get the big gamers out there on the internet, the popular ones, are going to be like, let's boycott Capcom. It's not going to be the stores, it's going to be the gamers out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to start an internet thing that's going to spread really quickly, and they're going to be like, don't buy any Capcom games, even used. Because then if even GameStop's not selling used Capcom games,
They'll
then
stop
even
accepting credit for them.
Right. And they'll also hurt them. So if they don't buy any Capcom games at all. So that's how that's going to happen.
A lot of the people who are
eventually.
complaining about this are going to go out and buy these games anyway.
Well, no, they're still...
Yeah.
No, under normal circumstances, yes.
I'm just being pessimistic about you.
What I mean
I
is-
do that a lot.
What I mean is...
You know how
Like I
Capcom
said,
releases...
they're going to have to do something that's a little farther beyond what they normally do.
You know how
Yeah.
Capcom
They're
releases
going to try
multiple versions of every single fighting game they ever make?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna... They've done the exact same thing with Dead Rising 2. There's a game called Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. I don't know if you've heard about this. Have you heard about it?
Only off the record.
Okay.
Boom!
Nice. Anyway, Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, basically, it's the same exact game, only you play as the character from the first game. That's it. That's what they changed. They're
Wait.
people like the character from the first game, so we're gonna re-release this game.
Here's my response to that. Okay.
You know they can't see that, right? Anyway.
I don't care.
I
they
don't
better
know
off that
if
way.
Game is going to close their doors, but this kind of sounds like they might be permanently going out of business. And they don't want people to panic and be like, oh my god, our game stores are going away, you know?
Yeah.
But still, poor decisions.
It'd be funny if people got like mentally retarded and they were like, "Oh man, they're closing on us. Well, we're gonna boycott them."
You know what happened? They announced this thing with
I heard about the thing.
The thing we talked about last week, where they're not gonna take any pre-orders for any. They're not gonna sell any EA games. Like a day after that, their stocks dropped 15%.
Oh, yeah.
That's a massive drop. Okay.
Well, EA almost died. You know what saved them? Actually, Dead Space. I haven't
Dead
gotten to play
Space
the
was
second
Dead
one.
Space was a damn good game.
It was.
Dead Space was awesome. I really liked Dead Space.
It was that, and then
Dead Space 2 was good, but I didn't think it was quite as good.
Like, if you go to the store, I think it's like $25 now, brand new, which is really sad. So it makes me think either it's just underrated or it was really not that great. Dude,
Dead Space 2, here's the thing about Dead Space 2. It's like you're really excited, you go into the first one, you're really excited to experience this new world and universe, and then the second one, that excitement is gone. All the awesome gameplay is still there, just the excitement of the first one is gone. So it ultimately left me feeling a little disappointed in it. That being said, Dead Space 2 is a damn good game.
Okay. Well,
We're at 48 minutes, we got 2 topics.
Okay, hold on.
Dang.
I had something on my mind, I lost it there.
Will you teach me how to Dougie?
Dead Space. Dead Space. Space. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know what can be said about Duke Nukem Forever?
What?
Like I said, I saw how much it was, like $30.25 for Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
There was a stack of Duke Nukem in Walmart. It was in on the main thing. It was at the bottom. There was a stack of it from the table's height this high.
How high is that?
Josh, this high.
How high is that for
Guess
our
how
audience?
much it was
for our audience.
those games brand new.
$10?
Close, $15. That's pretty damn bad.
Yeah,
high
Duke
is-
Nukem Forever was
Currently
a product of the 15-year development cycle where they put in a whole bunch of ideas that were popular at the time over a span of 15 years, leaving it feeling like a jumbled mess that cannot be saved.
And probably
But
aged, to be
it's in the
honest.
hands of Gearbox Software now, so the next Duke game should be good.
Oh, so
Gearbox is very
They're actually
talented.
making another one?
yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, let's put it this
I don't
way:
know.
if they
I
make
guess I don't
another
know Duke
one,
Nukem
it
very
can't
well.
be another 15 years. It needs to be like
Yeah, Gearbox won't take 15
They
years.
better take like 15 months and be done with it.
Yeah. Okay.
For 15 years for $15.
Peter Molyneux, Mr. Overpromise Underdeliver. Peter Molyneux. You know, Fable, Black and White, all that stuff.
No, I don't really know. But anyway.
Well, you know Fable.
What's the next topic?
You know, Peter Molyneux left Lionhead Studios.
Okay. Oh, that's...
He's the head of the studio. He's
beer?
been there since day one. So him leaving is a huge deal for that studio. But I wonder if this is a good thing in disguise. Peter Molyneux is like this really creative guy that has no idea how to deliver on all his promises.
Only robots.
So
That was a delayed response if anyone
maybe in the
realized that.
maybe future Lionhead Studio games will promise and then deliver the things that they promise, because Peter Molyneux has been doing this to their fans for at least since Black and White 1, and that goes back 5 games.
He said maybe this is a good thing in disguise. I waited too long and then I went only robots.
I don't get it.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Only robots, okay. Yeah,
Anyway, sorry.
bad.
I don't
That's
have
okay.
a lot of interest because I really don't know anything about him or his games.
What's Peter Molyneux doing?
So.
Fable. He left Lionhead Studios.
I'm being sarcastic.
Obviously a big...
What's
big
going to
deal.
happen to their beer then?
I
Yeah.
have no idea. Their beer is like might be like the best
little
thing they
word
do.
puzzles.
I mean, you saw Angry Joe's video about Fable 3 and how much it sucks when he gave us
I remember
32 reasons why the
There's gonna
game
be a top 10
blows.
reasons. Have you seen that?
No, is it just him going, it blows, it blows, it blows, it blows?
No, he actually has
It
an
was like
extremely long. He's like he goes through
Top
his
10. He's like, no, wait. You know what? This needs another 10 reasons. Okay, top 20 reasons Fable 3 sucks.
and then he
goes
gets
on
through
ranting,
that, and
then
he's
he goes
like,
on
"Damn it, I have more reasons."
And then
he
just
goes
starts,
through
like,
10
spouting things
more,
off.
and he's like, "I'm not done yet." And then he gives 2 more reasons in the video. He listed
gotta see it.
32 reasons why he hates Fable 3.
He's so angry and Joey.
It's a well worth
I
watching
don't know what you're
video.
talking about. Yeah.
Okay,
Isn't he actually from Brooklyn as well?
Angry Joe?
Yeah.
No,
I think that's funny.
he's from Texas.
Really? Because there was...
He lives in like Austin.
Unless I'm confusing him with someone else, I'm pretty sure I saw his review of... pardon me. His review of Prototype, and he was actually, like, running around New York for that.
It could be. Could have been.
I don't know.
It seems
He's
a lot to go from Texas to New York City just for
Wasn't-
one game review.
well, he does travel frequently. He might have recorded parts of that review at like a con or something that he went to.
Because
Wasn't he one of the guys who went to DC to?
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
I thought so.
I have much
He was,
mad respect for him for that.
He was, well, because his review, that was the only review I ever saw, was his review of Prototype. And it was pretty funny, because he was like...
I just love how he
was
ended.
like, in no other game that exists can you end up just running around the game, having fun, doing nothing but running, and then realize 20 minutes later, fuck, I've been doing nothing but running. I haven't even killed a civilian. I've just been running along buildings.
Well, I think that was at the end of. I think it was at the end of that review. He's like, "So you want to know why you need to buy this game? You can karate chop a helicopter. What else do you need?"
That is pretty awesome. You just took out a helicopter with a car.
I ran out of bullets. I love that line.
That was a good movie. I don't remember a thing
Okay.
about it. But...
Last topic.
Wait, yeah, I do.
I bet Sean. It's Sean. Is that the last topic?
No, we have one more. We have one more.
Yay. Okay.
You want me to wait a little bit to announce it while you're doing that?
Wait, I didn't hit picture. Wait, what?
No, go
What?
ahead. I'll
What? Go
recap
ahead.
it. I'll recap it
No,
to him.
It was just a text message.
Okay. Valve Software may be creating a console.
You recapped.
Supposedly
Valve
it is
Software?
called... Yeah.
What they do, it sounds familiar.
They did Half-Life, they did Portal, they did
Valve.
Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
They're Valve. So they do Valve-y things, like Portal.
I thought he
they're
didn't
Valve.
say Valve. I thought he said something else. Bellflower or something.
Valve.
Bellflower.
Wow.
But obviously Valve, one of the biggest companies in the industry. Fairly small company. There's like 30, 40 members of it, which is fairly small for a company that's their size. That sounds weird, but it makes sense, and
Wait,
it makes sense when you think about it if you know Valve.
I just realized something.
Gabe Newell is worth over $1 million.
Um,
Over $1 billion. Actually, it's over $1 billion.
that just makes me
Man.
realize.
What?
If a big gaming company, if there's one that could successfully make a machine, and a console, and actually compete and be with the big dogs, you know who it would be?
Who?
There's only one company that I'm sure could be a Blizzard.
Blizzard
Ooh.
could probably do it.
Yeah,
But-
not only that, I could see Blizzard being as ballsy as they are to make a Blizzard console and be like,
They call it the
Blaze-
They call it the BlizzCon.
yeah, they have their own convention. That's how freaking big they
No,
are.
that's the name of the console. But yeah, that's
But the
No,
basic
that's the name of their convention.
it's supposedly it's
Oh,
called
yeah.
the supposedly it's called the Steam Box, and the basic idea is that you hook it
Better
up.
be wooden and crow.
Well, the basic idea is that you hook it up to your TV, and you can download any game that is on Steam and play it on that system. And You can play it from your TV. And there's a lot of games on Steam, but ultimately, in the grand scheme of the gaming industry, that's fairly limiting to be exclusive to Steam PC games. And I imagine what they would do is something like OnLive. Are you familiar with OnLive?
Lots of Peggle. Yeah, where they do the processing remotely, so you don't have to have like a really expensive. Yeah, it would be a cheap console.
I think that's what they might do.
Bring it on, Valve. I'll buy one.
Is something like OnLive, and it would work. And I, if they did it like that, I could see Valve producing it because it would be fairly cheap to produce, might be fairly expensive to run, but then it would also be probably be a subscription type thing, and you get so many free games, and then you pay for others.
It's got to be one of those. But Steam, they're one of those companies that even pass up game who they are. Blizzard or EA.
Everybody knows Steam. Most gamers have a Steam account, even if they don't have that many games on it. I've got like 13 or 14 games on my Steam account.
But, well, you kind of ruined my joke earlier. I was going to say the one thing Blizzard had the balls to do is make a console that only played their games.
They make a console that only
make money.
Yeah,
isn't that
every
how
single person would be like,
though?
Wait.
They would bitch about
I can
and then
play World of Warcraft from my couch?
Yeah.
God loves me.
But isn't that kind of how like consoles used to be? I mean, they got other companies to produce for them, but when the company bought a franchise, that was their baby. You didn't see it anywhere else. I'm talking like early 90s here.
Well, they still do that. Consoles still do
just
that.
Not as much.
You will never see a Halo game on a non-Microsoft console. It's not going to happen. You will never see a Ratchet and Clank game or a Resistance game on a non-Sony console. You'll never see a God of War game on a non-Sony console.
Well, we thought we would never see a Metal Gear game on a non-Sony console.
Well, the thing about that is we had seen that before.
The GameCube.
We thought we would never
I was talking
see,
about Metal Gear 1 and 2. Well before Sony.
Oh, Nintendo. Well, Metal Gear Solid.
We thought we'd never see Sonic on Nintendo.
Actually, the GameCube remake was actually pretty damn good.
Well, I heard it wasn't that it was bad. It was just that one, they got most of the voice actors back, but apparently it was like they re-recorded again for some reason.
Yeah, they re-recorded every single line in the game, and the voice acting wasn't quite as good for some reason.
Yeah, I heard they were just kind of like, "Why am I doing this? Because we're paying you." Oh yeah, like.
But beyond that,
I heard David Hayter was like the only one who did a decent job.
Pretty much.
I also heard
it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't.
They made the cutscenes, some of the cutscenes, a little too ridiculous.
Yeah, there is a part where it's like Metal Gear fires a missile, or no, it wasn't. No.
Raven.
No, someone fires a missile from a shoulder missile launcher.
Stinger missile launcher?
Yeah, Stinger missile at
Snake, and he jumps over it.
No, not Snake. Gray Fox. And he jumps up and bounces off of it and redirects the missile by doing so. That's pretty ridiculous.
That is very ridiculous.
But what I was doing, the final thing I heard was the problem was they used the mechanics from 2.
Which ultimately made the game easier.
Yeah, you would think that would make the game funner, but considering the fact that they practically made the actual level layouts
for the mechanic from 1.
Yeah, they made it exactly almost replica, so it made the mechanics not exactly the same. And if you notice in 4, they tried to make it as similar as possible. However, there were still certain things about it in 4, and there were different areas you had to go through when you went back to Shadow Moses that actually made it, challenging considering.
Yeah, they found a way to adapt Shadow Moses to fourth play style.
And in the beginning, though, what was funny was I think Icon teased them about mentioning about oh, don't you want to take the air ducts? Oh, the front door's open. Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't last time or something like that. Making fun of how
And
easy
then
it was to first get into it.
when you get out of the snow field and get into the blast furnace area, he's like, "It's time to change the disc." This is Blu-ray. We don't have more than one disc.
No.
Oh!
Well, no.
I
Snake
love that.
was just all like, "What are you talking about?" Like, Otacon just like talking to himself. Oh yeah, this is Blu-ray. And he's like,
I did love
Otacon,
it.
get a hold of yourself.
I did love that in joke, and I loved how the remote controlled Metal Gear, the Mark II.
MK2.
Yeah, the Mark II.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever.
Mark. I think he just called it MK2. But
I don't know if you ever actually looked at what Snake was holding when he's controlling it.
PS3 controller.
It's a PS3 controller. That was awesome.
There's also on the track scene. I actually, first time I did that, I didn't cheat. I managed to actually track the footsteps correctly.
So
I found
did
out
I.
there's a bunch of Easter eggs if you go the wrong ways, a lot of different ways. Like one's screwing with you. Like one you go to, it's a miniature crop circle.
Yeah, I remember the crop circle.
You get like flashbacks from 2, talking about the Colonel, like talking about how he got
when the Colonel was going nuts.
Yeah, he's like, I was driving last Thursday, and an orange light came out of the sky.
Yeah.
Like, he starts talking about aliens. I remember
That was great.
The first time, I think it was the second time I played it, I wasn't paying as too much attention as the tracks, because I wasn't all like, I gotta know which way they went. Like, I ran down the wrong way, and I ended up at a miniature crop circle. I'm like, is this a crop circle? And immediately that noise that starts right before audio flashback starts, and then I just heard that, and I just lost it laughing.
Yeah, I laughed out loud at that too. That was a great Easter egg. I love that. Kojima has a great sense of humor about it. Have you ever watched the videos that he included with Subsistence?
Yeah, I did see some of those.
My favorite was Metal Gear Raiden Snake Eraser.
Yeah.
I love Metal Gear Raiden Snake Eraser. It's a time paradox. You can't go changing the future like that.
What was another great thing was, it wasn't as funny, it was just more serious, was if you killed so many people in the game, I don't think it mattered what part, because there was one part where instead of trying to sneaking around, the one time I played, I think it was the first time, I decided I wanted to help the rebels, and so, if you killed all the PMCs, they would, we won, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They would be all happy with you, and you wouldn't really have to sneak around. You could kind of, in a sense, fight your way through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember I was doing that, and instead, actually, you need to advance to finish it. I didn't realize that. I was just on like a heavy machine gun, like doo, 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 like continuously killing people. I'm like, why won't we win this battle already? And then all of a sudden, it's just audio flashback. Admit it. You enjoy all the killing. And then Snake just lets go and just all over the ground, throws up. I'm like, that was both deep and frightening at the same time.
Did you ever, in the menus in Metal Gear Solid 3, you can spin Snake around till he pukes?
Yeah.
It's like
the
slipping
bear-
on the bird crap and what was that, riding?
Oh my god, when I discovered that you could do that,
Wait,
I
you
just
can
did
do
it
what with
over-
riding? What?
in Metal Gear Solid 2, when you're playing as Raiden
Oh, he slipped
on
on
top
the
of the
bird
building and you slip on the bird
Oh
crap
my
and
god.
fall.
One time when Schaefer
I did
was
that
first,
over and over and over.
When Schaefer was first playing that, when the bird crap was there, when he went back there, he could not get past it. He kept slipping, like he was seriously trying to get past it, and he, like, Schaefer, stop just pulling the joystick far to the left or right. Just pull it over slowly and walk over it, not run. He's like, stop trying to run with Raiden, walk. Well, how do you do that? Push on the joystick slightly. Oh yeah. My animation of him.
Yeah, and then when Raiden fell up the stairs, when he tried to do a roll on the stairs
Yeah.
and he falls on his face, I laughed my ass off at that too. That was good stuff. We've gotten way off topic of Steambox, so we should probably.
Was that the last topic?
Yeah, we're a minute.
Okay.
We're an
Oh,
hour
Can I
7.
just say real
Hang on,
quick?
sneeze.
One thing,
Ooh,
if Blizzard ever did decide to do a console, that would be awesome. That you really probably won't see happen. Many PC gamers, except for the most extreme, is the fact that you could have it hooked up with an HD TV, and imagine playing StarCraft, and imagine how the, if you know how to do it properly, because I know there's certain ways that the Kinect detect your movements, and some people just flip out, why isn't it working? You have to be certain movements.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, as it gets later on, that technology develops, imagine playing StarCraft in front of a big screen TV, using your hands
Oh,
to
dude, the
control
monitors
it.
from
They
Minority Report.
tried that on
Insane.
one game. I think it was called Ruse. And they failed miserably at it. And I'm sure there's a way that you can get it to work well, but they failed miserably at it.
N-War did a good job with the the
I
voice
want to try
recognition.
N-War. It's supposed to be good.
It is. It just wasn't popular. The only thing is, though, that wouldn't work for something like StarCraft, because you would end up being talking. Because there's way more to StarCraft than N-War.
The StarCraft was a
N-War is
very
more
complex
like
game.
N-War is more like an advanced version of rock, paper, scissors. Let's put it that way. It's not that simplistic, but...
Well, in order to make it work on a console, you kind of have to simplify it. I mean, that's exactly what they
Basically,
did
like,
with
if-
Brutal Legend. We've discussed that
Well,
before.
one thing with N-War is your troops, if they survive that battle, like, they get the more like a division or whatever, certain units, if they kill enemies, they get experience. They can level up, get additional things. So that's also part of what makes it interesting over other RTSs. But you can't... Also, there's kind of... The distance factor is different. You tend to... You're either engaging, you're guarding, or you're on your way to engage. For the most part. If that makes any sense. It's not exactly the same as regular RTSs. So it is manageable in that you have to speak in a more consistent, slow voice. Like, Alpha Unit, go to Sector Bravo, or whatever. As where in StarCraft, you would be yelling
Bravo.
like...
I'm just
What do you mean
imagining
you
a
don't
person with a
recognize
Boston
voice?
accent. Alex, person with a Boston accent playing Alpha Unit, go to Sector Bravo. What? Bravo.
Well, no, it configures based to your personal voice. In the beginning, it actually say
No,
different
there
words.
was a podcast where we talked about a TV
Say
possibly
penis.
having Connect technology in it with voice recognition, and then
It does,
Andrew
doesn't
brought
it?
up, and no, there are future TVs that will have it or might have it.
No,
but-
Alex was yelling at the Xbox market or whatever.
Yeah, but that's the Xbox running through the TV. I'm talking about a TV in specific having voice recognition from the Kinect.
He said
and-
someone did research on like linguistics, and they said that there's
It
like,
has a lot of voice recognition has trouble recognizing the Boston accents.
it's like there were like 3 languages like that were the hardest for voice recognition to understand, and it was like some dialect of Chinese, some dialect of Swahili, and South Boston.
Which is hilarious. And we had so much fun. Like, pretending we were DVR! DVR!
Shit.
Record the Harvard Advax! TV! It's like, ding. Sir, I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying here.
We decided that the Boston guy named his DVR Charlie. Charlie!
Charlie! Pack the cat! Ding. Okay, now you're telling me to park a car? I'm a TV, sir. I'm sorry, this just isn't working. And it just like grows wheels and rolls out the door. And he comes out and it's starting to pour down rain. And he's just like,
Charlie! And then like lightning strikes.
we've retold this story like 3 times in this show.
Well, it's one of the funniest things we've ever discussed on this show, and we are at an hour 11. We should sign off.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on Digital Dash Delirium
Wait, cast?
Podcast.
You said it like British. That was awesome. The Pod Diddly cast, I call it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
be
Ned
honest,
Flanders.
For a second there, I thought you were gonna be like podcast, like how I'll sometimes do the Timmy voice.
Podcast.
I'm sorry, Josh, but we're forever gonna remember you for Oh,
That was Ian who started that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was Ian
I
that
wish he had
started
left
that.
that in. But the one time we let him edit an episode.
He just recorded himself going, podcast. And he had like 15 minutes of that just repeating in the background. kind of like Rudimentary Peni just has Papa's Adriana's repeating in the background of every single song on Pogo Pope.
Wait, I remember that. We tried to call you to get you in on it, and you were being all like butthurt about something. We're like, gosh, it's the podcast. It's something podcasting. You're all like, well, I gotta be up by 6 to make the train. And we're like, God damn it!
No. What that was you guys called me while I was sitting in the backyard, like playing with my dogs or something. And I'm like, what do you guys want? And I'm busy. That's how I know I was in every episode, because you guys left that conversation.
I forget, what did Ian originally leave for the music, though? I know you changed it.
Dueling banjos.
The dueling banjos.
The only reason we changed it, is because he sent it to me, and it was so glitched out. It was basically like, you heard the music kicked in, and then our voice came in, and then all of a sudden our voices cut out, and it was just instrumental for like a good 10 minutes, and then later on the voice came back in. And I was like, Ian, how did you screw this up so bad?
Because he doesn't know anything about voice editing.
Well, I don't know what he did. The tracks were there; they just cut out. So I had to
Ian, he probably did it on purpose just to be a smartass.
But
he said he insists to this day that it worked fine when he sent it to Alex.
Maybe it did. Maybe it worked fine on his computer.
We really
Who
need
the hell knows?
We really need to sign off, guys. This has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick, and with me this week was Gameface. Say goodbye to the people, Gameface.
From the Couch Potato Beanbag, I see you getting your soundboard ready, Timmy. Don't even think about it.
No soundboard.
From the Couch Potato Beanbag chair,
yeah, I thought you were getting
here at the Digital-Delirium studio, this is Gameface, signing off. I remembered my name this time.
And this is Slackership, using my sexy voice as well to sign off for this week.
And I didn't even ask you to sign off, but whatever.
But you know at the end you were like, this is Gameface. Like, some kind of like,
you guys are
I'm
a couple
sexy fox.
You're like William
Karate, the Dane Cook of
Oh my god, just end it! Christ almighty!
We will talk to you guys next week
Bruce
here.
almighty! Whoever you worship, end it! End it!
Mighty almighty! We will talk to you guys next week. I'm trying to, and you keep interrupting me. Shut up. Shut up and I will.
End it with this, end it with this, end it with this.
If you shut up, I will. We will talk to you guys next week here on digital-delirium.com.
End it!